Welcome to the Boogie Down Bombers Podcast. A podcast talking all things Yankees and baseball.
Now batting over the Yankees.
Now, here's your hosts, Austin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Boogie Down Bombers Podcast. I'm Austin Verhill, along with Tim LaDuca and Nick Giovanelli. Today is a special episode. The season has started, and with the season starting, the deadline has officially passed for Judge's contract extension. According to Judge, he said he wasn't going to negotiate mid-season. Who knows how true that will be. Now, the Yankees, I don't know if you guys can recall this ever happening. Brian Cashman just said what the offer was. I had never seen a GM just put out the offer information. He said it was going to be a 7-year extension, but an 8-year total, buying out his last arbitration year. So it was going to be 8 years, 230.
Yeah, because the 17 would be for the last arbitration year.
So that would be $30.5 million per year, for 7 years. And Judge said no. And the report is he said no because he wanted 9 years. Which it brings up an interesting question. Trout's getting paid until he's going to be 40. Same with Lindor and all these new contracts. They're getting paid till they're 40. So I guess he's saying, why shouldn't I get paid till I'm 40?
Well, I mean, given his unfortunate injury history, like the first one, the broken hand from Jacob Junis, that's nothing you can really do about that. That's just unlucky. But the oblique strains, it's just kind of difficult to justify 10 years for that. Although, I love him and I want him to be a Yankee for life. It's hard to justify it when they're already offering you 7 years after this last year.
And we can see in arbitration that how far away the teams were. Aaron Judge filed for $21 million in arbitration, and the Yankees filed for 17. So that $4 million difference over 7 years is what, $28 million? So doesn't that equal out to what the difference that they wanted was in the contract negotiation? So we saw this coming from arbitration back in late March, that these two were very far away. And then when he wants the extra years and more money than Bryce Harper almost, I saw this coming. And I'm glad, Austin, you mentioned that Brian Cashman came out and said what the deal was. That's because he knows that he gave him a fair offer, and he gave him what he deserves. And he doesn't. If he didn't come out with the contract, we would probably be like, "Oh, they're shortchanging Judge." But I think all Yankees fans agreed that he got a fair offer, and now Judge is just taking a gamble on himself.
Now, the thing is, Michael K brought up this point, and it's a phenomenal point. This all should have been happening in the offseason. All this negotiation, and it had to wait because of the lockout. So maybe if it went longer, a deal would have been struck. But unfortunately, we are in, we've done opening day, and there's no deal. And he keeps saying he doesn't want it to be a distraction, and he feels it would be a distraction if he would negotiate during the season. And I would argue it's been a distraction so far. I went to the first game. I was in right field, where I'm always in the bleachers in right field.
Bleacher creatures, baby.
Always. And he was getting chirped at a lot. After every at-bat, good or bad, when he was just in the outfield and he was within screaming distance. Everybody. I'm telling. There were multiple people. One, a lot of ungratefuls. A lot of people calling him ungrateful.
Yeah, what it is.
And it's a lot of heckling, and it's gonna continue especially if he struggles. Here's the thing. Here's how I see the fan base. If he struggles, the hate is going to be directed towards him. If he plays well, it's going to be directed towards Cashman. And it's either going to be, how do you want all this money? Or it's going to be, we got to give him more. So I'm very curious as to how this plays out, especially in free agency. How many teams do you think are going to be involved for him?
I think every team
3.
needs to at least take a pass at him.
So how many realistic? You wouldn't think, as Toronto just makes a terrific play.
Yeah, Teoscar
Wait,
Hernandez.
wait! Before we keep going, very quickly, we're all watching the game right now. Where is everyone so I know who can react?
Okay, Teoscar Hernandez just made the sliding play.
I am way ahead of you, Nick.
Austin, I'm ahead of Austin. Like I'm like a second behind you, Tim. Like
They just
when
wiped.
I saw the replay while Austin saw it in live time.
Has Kimber come out of the game yet? Or the
He's
bullpen?
about to. I just saw him walk to the dugout.
I
Okay,
haven't seen that yet.
Regardless, Austin, you're the first one to react because me and Nick are ahead of
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So
Damn, where were we?
We're talking
Continue?
about who's actually going to be in for
Who's
Judge.
gonna be?
so you
Dodgers. He's
gotta,
gonna go to the Dodgers.
no, you gotta think the Dodgers aren't gonna be on him. You
I
gotta
Aren't or
think he's
are?
going to the Giants.
Why not?
Because they got so many people they're paying already. They
They
got
don't
an
care, bro.
outfield. Do they not have an
Trevor Bauer's
outfield?
going to come back,
Okay, then
and
he's
they're
going
going to.
he's going to the Angels.
No,
I think he's going
that
to the
would be-
Giants.
I think he would go to the Mets.
Where do you think he's going?
If he goes to the Mets, I'll actually have to hate him.
I think he'd go
That
to
would
the
really
Mets.
suck. Oh my God, he's going to pull
I
a freaking
think
Granderson
Steve
and call the
Cohen-
Mets fans the real fans.
I think Steve Cohen would throw anything at him.
But I don't think he's that kind of guy to like do that to Yankees fans.
I don't
Have you
think
guys-
he cares.
Have you seen Silicon Valley?
No.
That,
No?
no,
I haven't
that's
seen
a
anything.
show, right?
It's a show about Silicon Valley, I guess, and it's people who start businesses. And there's this little startup who's like causing havoc by making this new technology, and then there's this massive company called Huli, and they're just wasting all their money just to annoy and inconvenience the small little startup. So the Yankees isn't the greatest analogy because the Yankees aren't a small little startup,
They're
But-
acting like it at some points.
but
At some
but the
point.
major company doesn't care about their bottom line. All they want to do is mess up the other company. So that's what I think Cohen's gonna do.
Exactly.
No matter, he does not care how, even if it's bad or good for the Mets. He's just gonna do it to make the Yankees mad. But I think he's gonna go to California.
I have the Giants just a lock.
I
just
don't
think that would be perfect.
I don't know if. First off, you got to think he's already got a home in New York. Obviously, he's got a home in California. That's where he was raised. But, I think the money is gonna be just too much to say no to.
Wait, where?
And
In the
with the
Mets?
Mets, I think
Dude, I don't know.
that would be horrifying. It would be the worst. It would be the worst ever.
Mark Canha in left, Starling Marte in center, Judge in right.
Canha's been playing center.
Oh well.
I
Either
have
way.
bad news, boys.
They've had Marte at right. What's that?
See this little guy?
That's
As I
not
have
MLB
matured with
logo.
age, as I have matured, I have each season become more and more a fan of the league in general. The
Mhm.
game that I have on is always the Yankees and the Cubs, but I have had my eye on those Mets over there, and I think if Judge went to the Mets, I would straight up be a Mets fan. I'd still be a
Yeah.
Yankees fan and a Cubs fan, but I think I would I would actively root for the Mets if Judge went to the Mets.
I would hate that.
I would.
If he's not a Yankee, Well, if he leaves the Yankees and the Yankees put a comparable offer to wherever he signs, I'm gonna hate him no matter what.
Me
That's
too.
what's gonna happen.
You're gonna
But
hate Judge.
If
It's heartbreaking, but it's
if
what I
it's a
do.
compare, I did it with John Tavares easy.
Oh yeah, I
I
said
did it
on Twitter
easy.
a few days ago. I said sorry. I said on Twitter on opening day, this is my John Tavares. All those jokes are coming back to bite me.
I'll tell you what. I went to John Tavares' the game he came back. The first game back in Toronto was on my birthday. I turned
Oh,
either 18
that
or
was a great day for
19,
you.
and I never relented. And you see this little guy? See that?
Whoa.
See that little guy? That taught me about loyalty.
Wait, is this SpongeBob and Patrick?
Yeah, they're jellyfishing.
That's sick.
Nice.
It looks like it's really well done.
It is.
It really
Yo,
is.
you want to see this guy?
Oh,
Is
Look
playing.
at that. You know what I
He's
see?
got the guns, though. That's it. He's got the guns.
24-inch pythons right there.
24.
that was the
I think
left
it's
arm.
more- I used to be jacked. I'm not jacked anymore. That's sad.
Hey man, if you guys want this content, watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah. You really gotta see just
Um,
what went down in the YouTube version.
But let's say
Oh.
the Yankees were to completely, like not offer, like they offer him less next time, they put out no offer compatible. I would want him to go to the Angels.
Just not the Mets or Red Sox. Anywhere else is fine.
I don't think he would go to the Red Sox.
I don't think he would either.
But doesn't matter. I just anywhere but there. That's all I ask.
Wait. Would you be okay if the Yankees gave Judge what he wanted?
No.
Well, it depends. If the Yankees
dude.
are not willing to outspend the mistake, if it ends up a mistake, then no.
Wait, what do you mean
but, like,
outspend the mistake?
So if he becomes a mistake, and he's not good, and then they're not, and because of that deal, they're not willing to give other deals,
Gotcha.
then no. But if they give him the deal, and then he's bad, and then they're willing to pay for the replacement, then then give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, every year, though, we see every team just be more concerned with the bottom line, and even the Yankees are running a business here. I don't know. People do say he's injury prone.
It's
Well,
not so much injury prone as it's just annoying.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the
Because
thing.
he's played more games than Trout the last 2 years, and no one calls Trout injury prone. But with the oblique, and that was a recurring thing for
Yes.
19 and 20. It's just like, come on, because his
Pre-yoga, it was an
MVP
issue.
play, yes, and that was 2019, 2020. You saw 2021. Him and Stanton did yoga. They were great, and they put Stanton in the outfield, which is a whole other thing. But when he's on the field, he makes up for the time that he missed.
Yeah.
But that time in 19 and 20 was just too much.
Now, I'll tell you what. Here's another question. If losing Judge means we get Soto, are we just
I'll do it in a heartbeat.
completely fine with it?
I'd
Nope,
do that in a heartbeat.
heartbeat. I'd do it right now.
I would, yeah. Right? 'Cause
I
you
love
gotta
Judge,
think-
but
first off,
Soto's the best hitter in the MLB.
yeah,
No question.
I don't think that you can really argue that. And he's a lefty, and
Which we so desperately need.
we don't really need lefties much no more. With Rizzo, being a god, and
Yeah, but Gallo sucks and Hicks can't bat.
Um,
Well, those are just my takes, but
yeah, but so if we get Soto, Judge, and I think Stanton, legitimately, is right there. Like, Judge is Stanton
mean?
if he was a Gold Glover. They're comparable. When Stanton's on and Judge are on, they're comparable. They're 280 hitters that are going to hit 40 bombs, close to 50, with an OPS of 150 plus.
And it's so good.
Yeah, Stanton is unbelievable, and because we have
I'm
Judge,
so happy.
he's kind of underrated. You know, he's a homegrown Stanton is what he is, and you know, if you have Stanton and Soto in the same lineup, and Volpe turns out to be what you think Volpe can be, then Judge could go wherever he wants. Respectfully.
Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking of that, like Volpe being
And Soto's
the
getting
number
50.
one,
Soto's getting 50 a year.
as he should.
Soto's getting 50. He's getting close
He's
to
going
50.
to get the first $500
If-
million deal ever.
He might.
Nah.
I think it's going to happen.
He
At
might
least
do it.
450.
How long? We got
He's-
2 more
he's
years,
so
right?
good,
We
man.
got 2 more years.
Yeah, 2 years till he's an outright free agent, I believe.
Does he? Now here's another. Does he get traded before he signs?
He should.
You should.
There's no way he stays there, right?
I don't think so.
Wait, no, there is.
Is there?
Yeah,
There-
because
I don't think they'll pay him.
They weren't willing to pay Harper.
But the way that he lines up is that he'll be.
And he rejected a
Still-
huge extension.
Oh, he did do that, didn't he?
He did.
Didn't he reject like 300 mil?
Yes.
Ooh, so maybe he doesn't want to be there. But I'm saying the Nationals are going to be ready to go, and he'll be in his prime when they're done rebuilding.
He might even be freaking before his prime.
Yeah. In 3 years,
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, he might be.
If this isn't his prime, he's oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Which
that's
I
what
don't
I was
think
saying.
it is.
Isn't this his prime
But,
right
like-
now? How
Well,
old is he? 22.
I think he's
God,
what, 22?
He's younger.
He was like
than
the sixth
us?
youngest. He was the sixth youngest player on the Nats opening day roster.
Yeah, he's 23.
It's unbelievable. I'm 23. Who am I? Doesn't that just hurt
He's-
sometimes?
He's just
All right, that's
different,
never
man.
affected me.
I don't know.
Like the first time I saw a rookie younger than me, I was like, oh, damn. But then it was just kind of like, you know what? It's just gonna happen every year. There's no
Yeah.
use in thinking about it too much.
Let's move on from the hypotheticals and let's go to the cemented, and that is that the Yankees looked fantastic in the first series. You know, you win 2 out of 3. You know, Cole give up 3 runs in the first inning of the first game,
yeah.
and
Huh.
Rizzo immediately. I mean, that sucked the air out of the stadium, and Rizzo immediately put it right back in.
We needed that so bad.
Donaldson has looked fantastic. I love him in that leadoff spot. He puts together good at bats. He is. I know this makes me sound old, but he's a power hitter who also gets singles sometimes and doubles. It's not consistently only homers.
Mm.
So
He's not home run or bust.
yeah, and I think his attitude is perfect. I think I'm also a huge fan of we're either gonna have Donaldson or Rizzo in the leadoff spot. I love that. Then you have Judge in the 2-hole. You know, Hicks is not in the 3rd spot. Thank God.
Thank you so
Um,
much, because man, he's not looking too good, man.
Now he was out for a little bit, so let's give him some games. But that's another thing is, Florial did not look great when he was here. when he got called up, I saw a lot of people calling for Florial. What different? It'll just be the same out, but the guy will be wearing a different number on his back. So who cares about that?
Yeah, I'll give Hicks a longer leash.
Until you get a guy knocking, on the door, that should be there. How long we got until Dominguez's ETA? Is he next year?
I think 2 years.
2 years. So Volpe's next year, and then Dominguez is the year after. If everything goes according to
Volpe
plan.
next year?
Yeah. So, what was I saying? So we got the top of the lineup looking great. We talked about our pitching last year, and our pitching last year was not the issue the team had, and this series gave me, calmness in that belief as well. Cole, obviously, he didn't have the great first, but he didn't give up a run after that. And Sevy looked really good. He had the one mistake, the one home run, but he looked, his Coney was saying, David Cohn, who is an unbelievable analyst, and I love that he's with ESPN, is he said he might be better than the Sevy of 2018-2019. And that was all-star seasons. And our bullpen, even though the names might not be sexy names, can put a game together.
Mm-hmm.
I think Loizaga is the best. They said he's one of the best relievers in the league.
I agree. Yeah,
he is.
Chad Green is Chad Green.
He's always solid. He'll have that one outing where he just absolutely horrifically sucks, but other than that, he's always dependable.
Yes, you can depend on him. Clay Holmes popped out of nowhere, and Clay Holmes is dirty. You don't look at the stuff from Pitching Ninja on Clay Holmes. I love Pitching Ninja. You look at the stuff.
Pitching Ninja's top 10 follow on Twitter.
Pitching Ninja, Clay Holmes stuff is fantastic. I mentioned Licky. Nestor Cortez is a guy that we never should have let go, and we fixed that mistake. And Clay Holmes, we were talking, I wanted to bring this up. We were talking last episode about, Cashman's pickups of Voit and, these fines and how he got Odor for free and stuff like that.
Talkman
was a great trade also. Clay Holmes is another one.
No, definitely.
And Licky is another one. Although he wasn't a trade, I believe he was a signing. But that was a guy who hadn't pitched in 5 years in the majors when they got him. And he's a back end of the bullpen guy. And here's another question. Is how long is Britton out for?
A while.
Is he out all this year, or is he coming back at the end of the year?
He's on the 60-day.
So I can't remember. Did he have Tommy John again? I can't remember what surgery. Yeah, he had.
I want to say yes.
So I don't know if we see Britton again.
I'm gonna Google it now.
But Britton would be another piece. So, and obviously you have Chapman, and
he hopes to return from elbow surgery before the end of 2022. He had Tommy John in September.
And I'm watching the game right now, and Mariacho just got.
Oh, Marinaccio. Who is this guy, and how is he this good?
I don't know,
so far,
dude.
So far.
Now, I like to say, I don't know if you would necessarily call me religious, But I like to say, when one dies, another is born, right? And Todd Frazier of Toms River, New Jersey, has retired. And from the ashes grew the flower of Marinaccio, a Toms Rivers kid. And
he's on the Yankees.
and and
Because
guess
of
what?
course.
He was a fan. He was a
No
fan
way.
of the Yankees. And
I
I
didn't
hope
know that.
I hope for the rest of time we hear that Marinaccio is from Toms River, New Jersey. And another Italian name. I'm loving it. I'm loving seeing the Italian flags in the crowd.
Just before we move off of the bullpen, the Yankees bullpen in 3 games against the Red Sox, 0.96 ERA, 2 earned runs, and 18 and 2/3 innings pitched with 19 strikeouts.
Beautiful. Now today, inning just ended, and I see the line, and the Blue Jays have 10 hits, and the Yankees have 2.
Yep.
We can't win every game.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, guys.
A 160-2 season is, but maybe we come back, we win this game. So talking about this Blue Jays series it's not gonna be an easy series. They got pitching, which we forgot about a couple episodes ago with Barrios, and Manoah, obviously. But the lineup is dirty, and the starting pitching is dirty. And it's a team that we're going to lose some games against them. But
I think they're the team to beat in the AL East.
And I think the thing that you didn't mention that they have is the support of the entire country of Canada behind them. Like, their first 3 games in Toronto looked like playoff games. Like, just every pitch, the crowd is getting into it. They
remember
what?
They didn't get this.
Yeah.
They didn't get baseball. They didn't get really
It's
any
crazy.
spectator sport for like 3 years.
I think Toronto's going to be playing like they're going to be playing with playoff intensity all season. Maybe that comes back to bite them when they get a little burnt out, maybe a couple extra injuries from playing 100%. But I'm worried about when we go to play in Toronto and
It's going to be.
we have the unvaccinated players not playing, and then also, I mean, that I think that crowd and stadium is going to be rocking all season long.
Now, do we know on our team who's unvaccinated? Do we
There's
have
like
any
3
idea?
games.
Because if it's big names and we're going to be playing big games in Toronto, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
That could be a significant
There's,
problem.
I'm pretty sure it's just Judge and Higashioka. That's
I
what
think Judge is vaccinated.
I thought he was too.
Higashioka's not.
That seems out of character.
That's weird.
That's what I think.
There's
It's
some
my
guys
feeling.
that you just didn't think it would be. He was one of them.
I mean, I could be wrong.
yeah. If Aubrey Huff was on the team.
Oh, dude, he would have opted out of the season.
Yeah, he
He'd be
would
like,
have.
nah.
Why'd you move the
Aubrey Huff,
All-Star
not
game?
a good guy. Not a good guy, by the way. It's just we do not support.
Yeah,
Aubrey.
we're an anti.
We are a big time anti-Aubrey Huff crowd.
We can't say that. Any I don't know where I'm going with that sentence. But yeah, screw that guy.
Big time. Screw that guy. Aubrey Huff, not swag.
Not swag.
But guess what time it is?
Not at all.
Let's go.
Back.
Now it's time for swag or not swag.
Now, this is swag or not swag, where
Sir.
This is going to be an early overreactions edition. I'm going to say an opinion, or one of you guys will say an opinion, and we will agree, swag or not swag. Now, I'm going to start, and then, we'll go in the triangle here. So me, Tim, Nick. Okay? And then we'll just, continue the triangle. So, swag or not swag? Bobby Witt Jr. will not win the Rookie of the Year.
How is that an early overreaction? Because the way he's playing right now,
let me finish. Because Julio Rodriguez
Swag.
is going to run the AL West.
Yep, swag.
Not
J-Rod show,
swag.
baby.
Not swag.
J-Rod show.
No, I think Bobby Witt is gonna do it. He's
J-Rod.
a complete player, and he's
Yeah,
got
but J-Rod's
swag.
fun.
Okay.
J-Rod has the drip, bro.
I'm going J-Rod.
Not swag.
I'm
Okay.
going swag.
I was
Easy
gonna do
swag.
a Bobby Witt one.
Well, let's hear it. Or is
But
it
now I'm not.
essentially the same question?
Different question. Byron Buxton will win American League MVP.
Not swag.
I'm going swag with an asterisk.
You can't do that.
What's
Well-
the asterisk?
He's got to stay healthy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If he stays healthy, you think he will?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
He plays 140 games at least. I think he's got that AL MVP in the bag.
Word.
Take over from Trout.
I have one
And-
more.
Well, let's go in the circle. It's Nick's
Alright, now I
turn.
gotta think.
Now you gotta
Um,
think.
No, Tim, maybe you go and I'll
Yeah,
get two
yeah.
next.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Angels would be the last place team in the American League West.
Yeah, yes.
Swag,
Swag.
but not swag. But
It-
swag.
Like, it's not swag that it's gonna happen, but it's gonna
But
happen
it's
probably
gonna happen.
somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Rangers, who have nobody to throw the baseball.
Corey Seager, man. What are
They're-
you doing?
I always forget they're in the West.
Their ace
Weird.
is Dan Dunning. Dane Dunning? Don Dunning?
Dane Dunning.
God.
Okay, Nick, hit me with one.
All right. I did think of one this time. The Seattle Mariners, led by Robbie Way and Julio Rodriguez, the J-Rod, make the postseason.
If they
Swag.
don't, I'm gonna say swag, but if they don't, they should be sent to the AAA. Just relegate them.
Put the Rail Riders. They'll somehow be in the West. They deserve to be there.
I'll just ride the rail over to the West. That's how we expanded as a country. The railroad.
Yeah.
Choo choo.
Choo choo. Get rid of those buffalo.
You're canceled for that.
I mean, I didn't do it. They did it.
I didn't mean that you could make jokes about it.
I actually just wrote a paper about that. I got another one.
Go for it.
It just left my mind.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Swag or not swag, I win the award for best take at the podcast.
Oh, for what?
we
For
got.
what?
Wait,
For what?
yo, we might have some news.
I said something cool about Judge. What's the news?
Univision Sports. I don't know how reliable they are for baseball news, but White Sox close to a Frankie Montas deal.
Hmm.
It's interesting.
That doesn't move the needle for me.
Alec Bohm made 3 errors in 3 innings.
Yeah, he needed to try harder.
All right,
That's
swag or not
not
swag,
even-
I get the award for worst take of the podcast.
Yeah, and that worst take was
Which
that you
was
had
the
the
worst
best
take?
take.
What was my worst take? Was that I had the best take?
Yeah.
So who gets the Tim LaDuca award for best take?
Well, you get the Tim LaDuca award for the worst take.
Yeah, and who gets the Tim LaDuca award for best take?
That would be me.
EBA.
For what?
It would be me because I am very nice and I want it.
You got
Hey,
to have a
man.
good take.
Then I might as well win it.
Yeah,
Just
Nick's
give
the
it to me
nicest
then.
one here.
Well, Nick's got the cool haircut. Let's
And the vibes.
give it to Nick because of the haircut
Nick gets it for being nice.
and having a cool haircut. And he got
All
that
right.
I mean,
hat.
I'll take it.
He got that hat when we went to Cooperstown.
It was a good
Oh
day.
yeah, we
Yeah,
we
boy.
it was hard for us to figure out. We looked for a long time.
We sure did. And we got to go back this summer, boys.
Our next vacation is Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because I was going to say we got to go back, but it's not the halfway point anymore.
Not halfway. Yeah.
No, that's way out of the way for Tim. That's a plane and a drive.
Because I live in Virginia.
I'll go to Baltimore. 3-hour drive. 3-hour
It's
drive.
only 3
See
for
the
you. Damn,
canyons.
it's 4 for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll make it. I'll make it. As
Um,
long as we go to a 1:00 game.
we'll be okay.
I'm trying to think of another swag or not swag.
Yeah, I got one. Let's just stick with, let's go Astros.
Gross.
Swag or not swag. Carlos Correa is going to become an Astro again.
Not swag.
Nah, not swag.
You
Not
don't think
happening.
so? I don't know.
Not even a little.
I don't see him in a Twins uniform for long.
I don't see him in a Twins uniform either, but I don't see him in an Astros uniform again.
So where does he go? He opts out, you assume, right? I mean, the Mets don't need
We
him.
need your shortstop.
You're just thinking of big money places that need a shortstop. Although, I mean, you weren't really thinking that with the Twins. But,
No one was.
no.
He goes to Baltimore. You saw that contract they offered him?
Cubs.
Now,
No,
I
he's the
got,
Cubs shortstop. Don't they have Nico Horner?
he plays second, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm good replacing Nico Horner.
Hey, man.
Correct.
What do you mean, bro? You don't trust the horn dog?
No. It's a good rule of thumb in life, isn't it?
Who is their shortstop?
Phillies just beat the Mets.
Like, actually.
Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
They signed Simmons. Phillies just beat the Mets. So,
Yikes.
swag or not swag, the Phillies make the playoffs this year.
Like,
Swag, I hope.
I'll tell you what, people are like, and I understand, they're like, they're just going all in on hitting because their fielding is sure is terrible. And they say that because they signed Castellanos and Schwarber. Schwarber's DHing.
No, he played left tonight.
Yeah, so but he's not going to DH every time because you're going to use the DH spot to, rest a few, use it as a rest day sometimes. But he's primarily a DH. And, Castellanos isn't great, but he's a left fielder. Come on. It's left field. A chicken could do it.
chicken?
A chicken could play left field in a Major League Baseball game.
I mean,
You throw either of us.
All right. Austin gets worst take of the night.
You throw any of us in left field. In left field, easy.
You just
Easy.
robbed me. You just robbed me of the Tim LaDuca worst take of the podcast award.
Left field.
Yeah, that was.
Yawn.
Why aren't you out there right now, man?
Hey, because I can't hit.
But if you could play left field. I mean,
I could play left field the way Nick Castellanos plays left field.
yeah, when you hit 40 bombs a year, it doesn't
exactly
really matter how you play left field.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But he's capable.
Exactly. That's what I'm
All right,
saying.
stop saying exactly.
Well, you're just proving my point. My point
You-
is
It don't matter.
I don't think you could catch a major league pop-up.
Oh, who's
a pop-up. You don't think I can catch a pop-up?
No, okay, definitely not a pop-up. I don't think you could catch a
No.
major league fly ball.
What? A
you
pop-up?
think you can catch a 120 mile per hour line drive from Giancarlo
No.
Stanton?
Line drive? Absolutely not.
Dude,
I mean, that's
okay?
like
I
half
think
the
it's
thing.
harder to catch a pop-up than a fly ball.
I disagree.
In the infield?
I kind of get it.
say
'Cause,
left
like,
field.
it's coming straight down.
Yeah, I think it's harder to catch. I don't think you can catch a pop-up.
I don't know.
And with the wind, I could
I
see it.
for sure can't. But my point is, left field in Major League Baseball terms is not a demanding position.
No, it is the easiest position.
So who cares if Nick Castellanos isn't a Gold Glover? If he's hitting,
I don't care.
If he's hitting 309, and he's hitting 43 home runs, and he's getting presented Silver Sluggers, no one gives a hoot. Swag or not swag with that take?
Swag or not swag, end the podcast.
Well, I'm just trying to make a point of action to say goodbye from.
I would love to chime in here and say you did an amazing job. You've been doing an amazing job introducing the podcast,
Thank you.
I very much agree.
and you've
You
been
know what,
doing
Tim,
a
you
good
get
job.
the best take.
Thanks. You
The best take is a compliment to me.
you're doing a great job at hosting in general.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are phenomenal. Both of you.
Thanks, man.
Now, Tim, I saw you showing off that jawline. Start the episode. Let's
Ooh,
see it
yeah,
again,
yeah,
boy.
it's looking-
You see that
well,
clean
good.
shaven?
Well, I'm doing dry April.
I'm gonna pretend to know what that is. Does that mean you
Not
don't
drinking
shower?
alcohol.
He's not going
Oh.
to
Not
drink anything.
drinking alcohol. And also, you guys are not going to believe this. I'm a vegetarian now.
Gross.
Serious.
Absolutely foul. Now,
How is that gross?
Worst,
It is the
worst
opposite
take
of
of the
gross.
year.
It is literally the opposite
Wor-
of gross.
now you just robbed
Worst-
me of worst take.
Worst take.
It's not
Tim,
a take.
you were
it's
right.
The truth.
You did get the worst take of the episode, but you gave it to yourself for that.
Clown.
No, you
Although,
got being
I support
vegetarian.
you in all of your endeavors. I
All right.
support you because you are one of the good people in my life. So I support you, but I disagree completely with that. So worst take.
I'm
Yeah.
eating
I'm sorry.
healthy as
You know-
hell now with no meat.
You know, and we're gonna have to end the episode because I have to go eat some chicken piccata. So
Good,
thank you
dude,
guys
that's-
for listening.
A waste of time.
We hope to see you next episode, and go Yankees.
I'm a pescatarian actually. I eat fish. I love sushi.
Well, then you're a liar too.
Tim gets the worst take. Ugh.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BoogiePod and subscribe on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.